Yo, good morning, guys. Morning, morning. I was up like 3 hours ago, but boss, you know what I've been doing? Theory crafting a P99 group route. I speed ran a level 5 ogre warrior. It's bad. It's bad. I was making spawn location maps for the starter zone, dude. But I'm enjoying it. It's been like a kind of nice break. Gotta basically just kill the spiders. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. The thing that I'm worried about, the thing that I'm worried about with that zone though, I feel like I feel like it's gonna be every spider spawn is camped. So yeah, we lost some OSRS era over. No, I said at the beginning of this week that I wanted to try POE season. Um, I still want to push OSRS, and I'll get bored of POE. Just ask because of WoW title. Well, there's a WoW title because someone leaked. Someone leaked some classic plus stuff, and it's an alleged leak. TLDR, alleged leak, but it's I think a really good, if it's not real, insanely good bait. Like it's just a good discussion. So, um, I wanted to talk about it. I think it would be like a little review for the stream because I'm not sure nobody's ever seen it, or not everybody has seen it. So I kind of wanted to go with this over this with you guys, and we'll talk about everything. But this released like 2 days ago, 3 days ago ish, and to be honest, outside of maybe a couple of things, it feels pretty real. There we go. Can you guys see all of it? Is it cutting off anything for you guys? New class doesn't seem real to me. Yeah, I said the same thing in Discord. Spellblade was stuck out to me. Spellblade did. A whole new class. See now, good. Yeah, so let me break out my YouTube chat for this. Since this is like much more of like a discussion kind of stream. Um, okay. Not even a good shit post. It's actually good though. There's okay. There's some good things in this. It's not all good, but I'm curious what you guys think. Okay, so we'll just get into it. The first thing on the leak, which isn't really a leak, I think this was obvious. There will be no WoD Classic. Any link? I don't have a link to the original post. Jasmine linked a screenshot to me. But no WoD Classic, according to this. Not a surprise. MOP will become permanent era servers with the ability to transfer to retail. I actually think this is real. I really do. I think I think it. I always thought that Classic would merge with retail at some point at the end of it. What do you guys think? I think it's actually real. I think yeah, I think that that's real. I think MOP, this like Classic line, I think was to see how far it worked. And now, number 2, Anniversary Realms. TBC soon, of course. This is, I mean, we know this. TBC probably, if I had to guess, you didn't think they do permanent MOP servers? Yeah, I mean, MOP permanent era servers, I feel like they have to offer some sort of progressed era server. To be honest. It doesn't make sense just to close MOP forever, does it? Because MOP private servers actually do really well. Of all private servers, it's normally Classic, TBC. It's actually, for popularity, it's Classic, Wrath, then TBC. And then it's MOP. I think MOP comes after TBC popularity in terms of... Oh, POE is downloaded. It seems crazy this is predicting nothing new for at least a year in Classic Plus in 2 years. I think that's correct. I 100% think... So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But TBC soon. We'll go up to Wrath of the Lich King before becoming a permanent Wrath era realm. I think I would like there to be a TBC realm as well, and then we can just have a realm for Kata, TBC, Wrath, and MOP. But that's a lot of versions, and not sure if that's realistic. TBC servers go hard, but they do have a lifestyle, a life cycle. Like I think having a 2.4.3 fully progressed TBC server is fun, but like for how long? I think it would die off really quick. TBC hardcore as part of the Anniversary Realms. I actually think I could see them. Could you share a pic? Just take a screenshot. Just take a screenshot of this. This is obviously not verified, not confirmed. It's just I feel like I'm treating it more like a brain teaser for Classic Plus. I feel like if they dump MOP Classic characters in retail, they'd have to open up the floodgates and let people get all the stuff they've removed over the years. Either that or people cry about how they missed out on getting it a second time. I kind of disagree. I don't think Blizzard cares that much about collectors in that sense. I feel like Blizzard cares more about letting the people who did get the stuff and did play Classic transfer their achievements over. Like, I think it's actually possible that MOP just closes, and your characters de facto from MOP Classic to retail on midnight, on a midnight patch. Have the content in retail, like remix, etc., is FOMO collection stuff. Yeah, but like, I don't think it matters in this case. The end goal is to funnel Classic players into retail. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, how credible is 4chan usually with leaks? The last time there was a leak like this, it was like on it. So the way I read this, I actually think this is a real leak. I actually think it's real, but I think it's obfuscated by really early ideas and so like things like new Spellblade class, for example, could have been a proposed idea but not a confirmed piece of content, right? So I think this is something like somebody heard from someone about Classic Plus and then leaked. Not necessarily like a fully credible source, like everything is true. Same thing with like neutral blood elves, I don't know. But I do really think I'd agree, but also they said all the way back in 2019 that stuff collected in Classic would transfer to retail. I feel like they kind of put themselves in a difficult position. In 2019, they 100% had no idea Classic would run all the way into mob. Did they? I don't really know. How trustworthy is the site? It's questionable for sure. But let's not worry about this being real, guys. The whole point of this is a review of a supposed leak, right? This is a leak. We don't know how true it is, but we get to talk about it. We could think Classic Plus because that's very interesting to me. I do want Classic Plus to be successful, and I think this, like, talking about this kind of stuff is cool. So TBC Hardcore, like I said, TBC Hardcore I don't think works, but here's the big but. I think Blizzard would be willing to put up a server that's TBC Hardcore. It doesn't cost anything. It's just like another, like it could be a small server. So I could see this being a possibility with TBC Hardcore. But it's very questionable. Like, I think TBC Hardcore would basically just be a leveling thing and not seen as like a raid. I don't think TBC Hardcore is a raid viable expansion. You cannot transfer from Doomhowl to the server. Doomhowl will join Classic Era. Guys, how do you feel about that? I kind of like the idea of Doomhowl not progressing to a TBC server because as much as I would want my TBC characters, I feel like TBC Hardcore could be an opportunity for an OnlyFangs 2. OnlyFangs 3. So I think that Blizzard would only do this to get the free publicity from a streamer event. Doomhowl should stay on its on Era server. Yeah, like it needs to go, like they just moved Doomhowl from the section of Anniversary Realm to Classic Era, and then you'll have 3 servers: Skull Rock, DP, Doomhowl. And at some point, maybe they merge the hardcore servers. Honestly. Like, who still plays on Skull Rock, man? Or maybe offer free transfers from them to one of them. Like, offer free transfers from one server to the other hardcore servers, and then just let it die off. Lightning Season of Discovery. New sod fresh servers, with parentheses, including a hardcore version leading up to the release of Infinite Classic, with a much faster release schedule and easier rune unlocking. I feel like this is a shitpost, but I actually think it could happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility that they have all of the content for SOD, right? It's just in their pocket. And I feel like SOD, by the end of it, was polished, and a lot of the gripes I have with SOD was pacing. Like, I thought that Season of Discovery was boring because you spent 2-3 months at each level phase. Right? So I think new SOD with like a 4-month, 5-month timeline would go crazy. Like literally 1 month or less per phase. Like literally 2 weeks at 25, 2 weeks at 40, 2 weeks at 55 or whatever it was. Was it 40 and then 50? I think it was 40 and then 50. And then you've got 2 weeks. I think that would be really cool. I do. Yeah. It's just like a for fun, like fresh thing. Because, right, and the reason I'm saying this, the reason I'm saying that is the alternative is no content. Would you guys rather have like a sod fresh server like for fun, or some sort of for fun seasonal thing, or just nothing for a year? And I think that just nothing. You would rather have nothing? Really? Maybe the tech is to kill the game so that people are forced to take a break from Classic, then release Classic Plus when people are haven't played it in a while. Maybe that's the option too. Don't split your dev team, all hands on Classic Plus. Yeah, I mean, seasonal stuff means no longevity, means gets boring. Yeah, but like at the same time, when I played private servers, there was always the crowd that was like super excited about the next fresh, purely for the new server aspect, not because they're gonna play for 5 years. I think, yeah, burnout is a thing. Literally just kill the bots. The only way I think you kill the bots or reduce the bot profitability is by adding WoW token. What do you guys think? WoW token, so that there's a legal way to buy gold in the game, and then you know, people who are going to buy gold then are faced with the dilemma: do I risk losing everything? So you add the WoW token and then you ban people who buy from bots, right? I think if you do two things, if you add the WoW token and then ramp up gold bans so that they're longer, WoW token always bad? I don't think so. I don't think it's bad. I think as long as there's ways in, as long as there's not a direct transfer from gold to progression, I think it's fine. Like if the content's hard enough, then I don't think it matters. Gold permabans, consumables easier to farm. I think they just need to ramp up AI detection for bots. It's something AI should be able to do so much better. Dude. Why not make late game consumables soulbound? Interesting. Anyways, the next section, Infinite Classic. What do you think about the name? It sounds real. It's not Classic Plus. The Infinite Dragonflight is that's the Bronze Dragonflight. Wait, no, is that? I think it's good. Named such since it's an alternative timeline influenced by the Infinite Dragonflight. And also, since it's a fully realized Classic Plus with new alternative content. Would you guys rather? Okay. Would you guys rather a Classic Plus without old content? Like, let's say a reimagined Classic. There's no Molten Core. There's no BWL. There's no Oni. Or are you looking for, right? Are you looking for a expansion upon the old stuff as well? Old content plus new content or changed content? The plus in Classic Plus means add or not replace. Well, I agree, but this isn't our decision. And you saying Classic Plus doesn't mean that's Blizzard's take on what classic content expansion should be. Now I do think that they shouldn't scrap things in Classic. It shouldn't be completely scrapped. This is clearly a shitpost. I mean, if it is, that's fine. I'd be good with not running old raids. I'm kind of at the same point, to be honest. I'm not, like, how do you make Molten Core? Now, what if they made Molten Core different? Like, you guys remember, right? You guys remember with Psalm how they remade the raids and stuff? They basically just enhanced the content. I would be okay with Psalm style Molten Core. That would help make it interesting. I actually think Psalm is underrated. I say the same. I think Psalm, I agree actually. I think Psalm, people didn't play Psalm because of the timing. They just played an 18-month no life classic. And then 4 to 6 months later, they come out with a new classic server. And it was in the middle of TBC like hype. It was terrible timing. Yeah, I actually agree. If Psalm, yeah. I think there's going to be a massive issue of split player base. There's a ton of casuals that like loot pinatas and fewer that like simple challenge. I don't think it matters. I don't think... well, okay, hear me out. I don't think Blizzard should develop Classic Plus to reward people who want loot pinatas. Or reward people who want like a very easy raid. I don't think that should be the design at a fundamental level. New content in between early and end game. Keep the game as a foundation, more end game zones, etc. I kind of agree with that. That's what I want. Leveling has to be hard. I agree, actually. While player base is diverse, there's already tons of people who like different versions. It would work. I think it'd be fine. There needs to be something after Nax. I think Nax could get kind of buffed in the same way that Psalm buffed it, or maybe a little bit different. And Nax could just be the end game. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have things after Nax, unless you get there and you're like, okay, people still want more stuff, and then you do like a pseudo expansion. Anyways, ESO style season pass where you need to pay a flat fee on top of subscription to access any content added that year. If the content is over a year old, it's just part of the normal sub fee. I don't think this makes any sense in terms of, like, has Blizzard done any sort of season pass kind of content? I don't think so. I feel like it makes more sense to just have a purchase price on it in Infinite Classic. I'm hoping that's not the case, to be honest. Next, there is no WoW token planned. I think that's good. They just have to make sure botting doesn't get crazy. 4chan leak posts are almost always creative writing projects. That's why it's fun, dude. Blood Elf race. What do you guys think? Classic plus. I gotta close my door, guys. There's some monster machine out there. Hold on. All right. Okay, classes. Classes or races, I mean. Blood Elf race, neutral like Pandaren were in retail. I don't think it's happening. I think that is way too complicated. Technical difficulties. I'm trying to fix my mic. Hold on. Okay, I think the mic is fixed, but there is like a large... Anyways. Okay. Yeah, the mic seems better. It's a low kind of metallic sounding. I don't know what it is. Well, it's outside. It's not my mic. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything about it. I think they're doing lawn care outside. So, Blood Elf race, neutral like Pandaren, with a starting zone that splits at level 5 between the factions. Kael'thas joining the Horde, and a resistance group joining the Alliance since they refuse to side with the Orcs and Undead. I don't think this makes sense. I think this is, number one, splitting race, splitting faction at level 5, I think is way too early. That takes 15 minutes to get to level 5, right? Number one, that's off. Something about this is off. Neutral race in general, I think, is too complicated. They could just add Blood Elf and then High Elf. It's in the game, right? Like there's High Elf Alliance mobs in World of Warcraft already. Yeah, I don't really think that. Yeah. So this is, I think that's bullshit. 3 classic-sized Outland zones, completely alternative Outland. Oh no, it's coming back, guys. Okay, so Outland. Guys, do we want Outland? Do you want... This 100% just reads like some random guy's fanfic for Classic Plus. I agree. I don't think there should be Outland. No, I don't think there should be. Actually, you know what? I do think there should be Outland. But, listen to this. My version of Outland is there is no portal or Hearthstone locations in the Outlands. Period. There's no TP. The only way you get there is through the Dark Portal in Blasted Lands. Okay? And then you have maybe 1 or 2 zones that are endgame content. And you have to walk, no flying, and it's Hellfire Peninsula and Shadowmoon Valley. And they're connected. And that is my, and then you add, no, to be honest, sounds like your mic, no flying is crucial. No Nagrand. No, I don't think, so the reason I'm saying this is because in my head, Outlands is the end game. Like, it's almost like a pseudo expansion. Like TBC, the way I want Outland to function is it's an expansion to the world of Eastern Kingdoms, if that makes sense. There's a portal in Blasted Lands that takes you to an alternate world. That doesn't mean that you get to settle on that world. You just get to do zones and stuff. I think that in that world, you could have a couple of zones in Outlands, but I think mostly speaking, I would want that to be the case. I think you can do something like that. Should be an elite endgame zone. That's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like you zone into Outlands, and there's like literally a raid boss right in front of you with a bunch of trash mobs in front of it. Like, you know how you zone into the Outlands right now, and you're like you go into the portal. And then this is the thing that you see. This is your portal, right? And there's just fucking demons. All of this is demons. And then there's a huge ass fucking pit lord. There's a huge ass pit lord. Right there sitting in front of you. And they're just fighting. That's a giraffe. Now that's one of these. WoW TBC, WoW Dark Portal entrance, Hellfire. This is what it looks like for people. This is the Dark Portal in Hellfire Peninsula. Imagine you zone in and it's just fucking chaos. Is there any image of like all the demons and shit? No, there isn't. Right? In my head, you have this early Outlands phase, Hellfire Peninsula. Right? You have this early Hellfire Peninsula map. Warcraft 3. Okay. This is what Hellfire Peninsula was in Warcraft 3, guys. Do you know this? There, it was in the game. Okay. This was in Hellfire Peninsula. This was in Warcraft 3. Right? So you have this like world, and it should be treated almost like, I think that's how it should work. We're like, I think you come through and it's just like an end game zone. And you play through it and you hearth out or you port out when you're done. Or you go back to the gate. You don't stay here. You don't set your Hearthstone. You don't have a trainer. You don't have, you know, an herbalist trainer. You don't have a Shatrath. You don't have anything, right? Like Silithus. Yeah, it shouldn't even have a flight path. I agree. It shouldn't have a flight path. There should maybe be like a tent. There's a tent and there's a couple vendors. There could be a rep faction. You could have Draenei factions like this, but you shouldn't be able to say your hearth. You shouldn't be able to fly between them. Where do we enter Outlands? You enter Outlands via, like if you look Outlands map. Okay, this is the Outlands that we know and love. I'm sure you guys all love this, right? Okay. Okay. So this is the Outlands we all know and love. I think all of this shit, all of these flight paths and shit should be gone. You just enter here. Is this legit? This is the portal. This is where you start. You cut out all of this bullshit, right? This stuff, maybe have like you cut this out, to be honest. I don't think any of these matter. Actually, you know what? You could have them, but maybe condense them, right? You make a smaller version of Outlands like this big. You squish in Shadowmoon Valley, you squish in Zangarmarsh, maybe you squish in Blade's Edge. You don't have a city. You squish in only like Coilfang Reservoir, so that you have SSC, right? Then you have Black Temple, and then you have Gruul's Lair, right? And then way off in the side, you can just have this fucking Tempest Keep floating right here. It doesn't matter, right? And you'd have to like take a teleporter on the ground to get up to it. You don't want Classic Plus raids to be TBC raids? So, I think that in this world that I'm saying, this is... The thing that I'm saying is more that Outlands could be an endgame expansion sort of content that's like you have to this like reimagined. Like I would be okay with a reimagined Black Temple. 100%. That would be fucking sick. A reimagined SSC, like Vash's Lair. It's not called SSC, it's just called Vash's Lair or something. Remake it without flying mount. Yeah, exactly. And you remake it without flying mount and no cities. So that the world isn't set. The problem with Outlands, my problem with Outlands is that this world replaces Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, right? It just replaces them. So you go from having 40 zones or whatever to down to like 6 zones, right? So if you're gonna have some sort of Outland, some sort of expansion, something like even this could extend to like Northrend, right? You could add Northrend in Classic Plus, and you could add something like ICC or reimagined, like you know in Warcraft 3 they had ICC, or they had Northrend, and it was much smaller. It was desolate. It was pretty much just like ice. It was just like ice. That's all it was, right? So you could reimagine like Northrend as like one zone, and then you take a boat to get there. There's a small town with a pier, and then you could take a boat back. But there's no Hearthstone, there's no Dalaran, there's no fucking teleport. It's not replacing all of your world. You don't have daily hubs to do in every zone. It's not a whole encompassing world. It should be like an ice, yeah, exactly. It should be like an ice desolate zone that you can go to get to the raid or a world boss or whatever content. Like, that's what it should be, right? You don't need Sholazar Basin, and you don't need Borean Tundra. Like, who cares about this shit, man? Like, actually. Howling Fjord was kind of cool, but it doesn't fit, in my opinion, as what Northrend should be. I think Northrend should be ice, ghouls, and like zombies and shit. So I think that's the problem. I think that the main thing, like, you could add, it would be amazing. Honestly, I would be so happy with a Classic Plus, just a classic world that had a reimagined Outland that doesn't replace the old world, right? So when you come back from Black Temple, you're going to Stormwind. You're in Orgrimmar, right? And then your raid, your 25, whatever, 40-man raid takes a boat, flies to Blasted Lands, takes the portal, enters the Black Temple. Like, that's the process to get there every time. It's not, you don't port to Shatrath, walk to the summoning stone, summon your raid because everybody's chilling in Shatrath, and then you zone in, right? I think that's kind of how it has to be, because that's how the rest of the raids are in Classic, and they work really well, I think. I think having to mobilize your whole raid to Silithus, and then like, get there, do it. There's no teleport Silithus unless you're playing on a mega server and summons are banned. I actually think that it's very important, if you are going to do something like this, now that I'm thinking about it, you can't summon unless they're unless people are in the zone, or in you can't summon across worlds, because that would stop summon bots from teleporting you from Orgrimmar to Black Temple, something like this. I think that's very important if they're going to do like a world as well with this idea. I don't know how real it is. Yeah, summon to portal. Well, summon to portal, but if it's a PvP zone, Blasted Lands is a PvP zone. So what? You're summoning to the portal? I think that's fine. If you have to walk, like, it would work for Northrend though. Yeah, not really. I mean, you would make it a. You would make it the same. You can just summon to North, like Deep Northrend or something. Summon bots where you get summoned to the edge of each zone and then take a new summon. Yeah. Okay. So that's my take on Outlands. Oh. Do you think it's hard to just keep Eastern Kingdoms in Kalimdor, and an update would be like a couple of pirate ghost ships in X location featuring a new raid and dungeon or something? I think that realistically speaking, it's not hard, but the world fills up quickly when you do stuff like that. Like, in my head, map of Kalimdor. In my head, why are these so complicated, bro? Just take a screenshot of your world map, man. Jesus. Why is it so hard? I'm just trying to find. There we go. Okay. Okay. So Kalimdor, right? Kalimdor, chat. Let's move over. So Kalimdor, for me, there's a couple zones easily. Hygel here. So you have Hygel, right? These are zones that are like underdeveloped in my opinion for like a Classic Plus. You could do Hygel. You could develop a little bit more Moonglade. You could develop Azshara a little bit more. And then outside of that, like I don't think there's much room to develop. And then Eastern Kingdoms. Oh, you're right, Uldum. Yeah, you're right, actually, Uldum. Down here, you have Uldum. I forgot about Uldum. Silithus a bit more? I hate Silithus. There's enough in there already. I don't think Silithus is underdeveloped with AQ patch. Desolace is huge potential? I don't think so. I think Desolace is actually very well developed. Now, it's not huge, but I think that's fine. It's a leveling zone, you know? Ghostlands, reimagined Ghostlands and Isle of Keldanos are very low-hanging fruit, especially if they add something like, you know, if they have something like that, Gilneas, if they have Blood Elves or High Elves, this is a super low-hanging fruit for them. The lore is there. The zones have already been made in TBC. They just can like rework them a little bit and you know. Make the bug tunnels connected. Moving from 1k needles to Silithus through the tunnels. I actually kind of think that would be sick. If you could connect from Feralis to Silithus like this. But there's level 60 mobs at the end of the tunnel. That's actually very... I think that's a good cook. And then same thing, you could connect Regal to this hive here. Now, I'm not sure it would be used. Who uses that? To be honest, no idea. But it's just there. Why not, right? The Furbog tunnels? Yep. You could connect Furbog tunnels here, and there could be a whole underground thing, or maybe connect it to Hygel, right? Like maybe there's two connections, 1 point here, 1 point here. Right? That could be cool. That's Hygel. That's Hygel integration with like the, you know, maybe you get there from Winter Spring. Okay, and then to Eastern Kingdoms. I think Eastern Kingdoms is very easy, very low-hanging fruit. Grim Batol and possibly a zone like this off of Grim Batol, like a dragon zone. There's this like zone here is completely not even used. It's on the map. There's nothing there. In between Swamp of Sorrows and Blasted Lands. Nobody's been there. There's nothing there. It's just rock. It's just a mountain. So this is like some sort of they'd have to be creative. Same with right above Stormwind. Yep. In between Stormwind and Ironforge, nothing's here. There's some Dun Moreau stuff, but actually I don't think the only thing there could be developed is like up here. Because there's actually in Dunmoreau right here, this is like RP, and there's places that are supposed to be not reachable that you see are like, oh shit. Deadwind Pass, obviously this is one that like they did rework in TBC with Karazhan. I think they do that easily. You just add some form of Karazhan to the Classic Plus, and then I think you expand. If you do all this stuff right, then you do Outlands, like I say. You have Outlands come out, but you have to make sure that all of this stays relevant when you do that. Or you could even have like, you could even have in the Gilneas like an extension part of these zones, right? Like let's say Gilneas has a boat, and from Gilneas you can get to Northrend. Right? And it's just ice, it's basically, it's just one zone. It's just one zone, and it's ice, it's Ice Crown, right? And it's just Ice Crown, and fucking in front of it is Dragon. Maybe it's two zones. It's Ice Crown and then Dragon Blight, and that's all there is. There's no bullshit. There's nothing else. And then you have like maybe like a you know, like a faction zone here, and then like a raid zone. This being Dragon Blight, and then this being ICC, something like this, right? And this is like, as long as they don't add Dalaran and they don't add a portal, and you can't hearth there, and you can't summon from here, like I think that integrates the new content with the old world, and people are still going back to the auction house in Ironforge, and they're going back to the auction house in Stormwind, and they're still walking through these zones to get here. Right, you have to fly around. You fly. You see these people flying like this all the way up. You see these trains of people. Like, it keeps this part of the world alive and stuff. Why not draw on Warcraft 3? Warcraft 3 Northrend map. The shores of Northrend. This is the loading screen from Wrath. So, yeah, I mean, this is like, you get here, you have the base camp. There's Nerubian shit. There's a portal. Like, this is Dagger. This is, dude, I scuffed this. I think this is in Dragonblight. That map is so terrible because I squished it. Yeah, where the burn ships are? Yeah, pretty much. Hot take and a way to deal with balance complaints. Would allowing races to join either faction as a mercenary, maybe some sort of drawback, be a good idea? I think that only works for lore-wise neutral characters. I think a goblin is an example. But in order to make that work in a classic world, I think you have to develop it more. I think you have to develop goblins a little bit more. And build up their mercenary side. Right now in Classic, they are really neutral, right? You have the goblins, you have an STV, Ratchet, Gadget Sand. Like, there's a good amount of goblins that are neutral in the game, but there's nowhere for them to start. So, like, how do you start a goblin in Classic Plus? Do you add Kazan? That's the question, right? So, like, or is it like, you just start, you just start as a high level character, and like almost like a Death Knight, right? You start at like 58 and you can unlock this by doing something, right? And you just choose whether you go Horde or Alliance as sort of a mercenary, right? You could skip the starter, right? They don't have to be level 1. They could, right? You could kind of be, don't make it easy for the bots. Well, yeah, you'd have to have like some requirement that's locked behind content that's actually hard. Like to the point that you have to be stronger than the character you get. Goblin is Horde, what the fuck are you talking about? It's very much not Horde. The only reason Goblin is Horde is because they didn't want to do probably they didn't want to do a neutral faction. Where are the Alliance Zeppelins? The Alliance don't need Zeppelins because they built boats. The Horde needed to commission Zeppelins from the neutral goblins. I don't want goblins at all. Is that a hot take? Leave them as neutral NPCs in the end? I kind of... So I think it would be okay to have some sort of neutral race in the game. But I think that there would have to be some way where they can only group with like one side. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I hated the goblin towns where you couldn't find... Oh, yeah. Well, it's supposed to be a safe spot, you know? Yo, what's up, small? Would you guys rather have goblins or pandas? Quick poll in the chat. Goblins? Okay, no, that's a loaded question. Obviously, goblins win that, but pandas gotta go. Neither. Okay. Let's say there's a couple races that are like low-hanging fruit. Goblin is actually the easiest one in Classic. This is like a neutral faction. But you have Goblin, which is neutral. You've got Nagas, which are neutral. Probably leaning Horde. Or actually, I mean, maybe they're leaning Ally for Night Elves. In Warcraft 3, didn't like Illidan and like Vash kind of like talk and shit? Like, maybe there's some sort of a... Yeah. I don't know. So you've got Nagas. I think High Elf. Goblins or Panda Pole? Oh, dude, it's not even close. It's just gonna be goblins. Yeah, that's not it. High Elf. You got High Elf. You have Blood Elf. What else am I missing, guys? Is that it? Like, so with that being said, Murloc Ogre, I don't think Ogre makes sense. In the same way, I don't think Murloc or Naga makes sense. I think of all of the classes, Naga, Murloc, Ogre, these don't make sense because they're too monstrous. Is that a weird thing to say? Oh my god, man. What are they doing out there, man? Okay, well, you guys are gonna hear it. Give a Legion faction. What about Centaurs? No. Bro, this guy is fucking with me. This guy behind me, bro. He's coming back. It's fucking 4 p.m., man. Yo, it's 4 p.m. Do this shit at 6 a.m., dude. Why are you doing this? Oh my god, man. Anyways, I think that all of these classes, I think ogre, you could say centaur, you could say quillbore, satyr, all these things, right? These are monsters. These aren't like humanoids, really. Where's the Murloc city, right? In the game, you would have to add one. Like, of all these things, high elves have like, I think there's like actual lore and stuff built behind these societies of high elves and whatever existing. Same thing with goblins. I think Gilnean, like Worgen. I think Worgen. I don't know. Yeah, Worgen, I don't know. I don't want Worgen. So with that being said, if these are the options, right? You have more elf options and then goblin. What if you had sub races? Like what are they called in retail, guys? Where you have like dark iron dwarf. What if you just had something like that as the classic plus instead of making new races, make more options for the existing races. Something like more elf sub race, more like elf or dwarf, or maybe right something like orc sub races. I think like you could have like more demonic orcs kind of shit. And this could come with like an Outlands rework, something like this, and that would be sick. Like a fell orc, yeah, kind of like the red orc. Chaos orcs, yeah, exactly, stuff like that, right? From Blood Furnace, exactly, right? So, or like Maghar, right? So like demonic or Maghar, stuff like this. To be honest, to be able to choose what kind of orc, yeah, that would be sick, right? Being able to choose like a Maghar orc or like a fell orc or something. Fell orc wouldn't fit horde. What is the type of orc? What is the orc lore again, guys? They like drink from the blood. What color are they? You know what I mean? They drink the demon blood, then what? Green? Red? In Warcraft 3 they become red. That's what I'm saying. So like the red orc. Why not? Grom is redeemed after turning red. See? That's what I'm saying. Red orc didn't drink. Oh, so like non-drinky orcs. Right? Red orc drank twice. No, they rotated back. They canceled it out. Brown, green, red. Oh. Oh, wait. So you go from brown to green to red if you drink each? No, they went green to red from second drink and then stopped being... brown not drink, green drink, red drink twice. Is that real? Wait, is that actually how it works? It is? You know what? I think that should be in. No, I like this idea. Honestly, fuck Blood Elf. But you actually know what? No. I want Blood Elves. I want High Elf, Blood Elf, to be honest. In my Classic Plus, at least High Elf. But I think allied races is a very easy way to expand the new races without adding in monster type, like, you know, you've got you've got Worgen and Draenei like aliens, and then you've got like Nagas or ogres. You know, I think that keeping it more humanoid could be cool. Orcs are also aliens. Yeah, that's fair. But like, yeah, but like, look at this freak, right? Like alien, but like actually like. What is this, by the way? What is this face? Like, yeah, I don't want this guy in my Classic Plus. I don't. I'm sorry. I'd rather have... Let's look at it. Orc male. Orc male, side by side to a Draenei male here, guys. Oh, wow. That is a huge-ass picture, man. Look, which one is your version of Classic Plus, guys? Wait, no. Red Orc. This guy? Oh, wow. Why won't it keep the dimensions? Or this guy? Who do you guys want? Like, to be honest, dude, this guy's such a freak. I don't want Draenei in my game. I don't want Draenei. I'd rather have a red orc tattooed fucking freak blade master. Like, look at this, dude. I don't like Draenei. I don't. Consortium? Consortium faction. That doesn't work in Classic because where are they? They're out in the Outlands doing shit. You know? Anyways, the league, back to the league. What were we at? 3 classic-sized Outland zones, completely alternative. Starting zone, neutral zone. This is dumb. Uldum, Ruins of Kel'Thalas, and a new Draconoid-themed zone also at launch. Honestly, I think of all the zones, this is the easiest. Okay? This Blood Elf zone. I think this makes the most sense in terms of... To be honest, I think these are the most sensible ones. You have Kael'danas, and you have Grimbatol. I think in order, you also have Hyjal. Of all the zones, I think these are the first to be added. Some sort of Blood Elf area, even if Blood Elves aren't playable, you could have them be like bad. Or like you could be going in here with the intent of killing all Blood Elves, and like you only add High Elves to the game, and then maybe you add something for Horde. I don't see the purpose of adding Hyjal. It's just an expansion of the game, right? Hyjal could just be a raid. It could be a reimagined like tier 6 raid. You know, T6 Hyjal exists. It could just be a raid. It doesn't have to be the wave bullshit. Or Hyjal could be an endgame zone. I mean, it's off Winterspring, so it's already in the location. I also think this is very easy to develop. Deadwind Pass. For Karazhan. Some sort of Karazhan. Very easy, very low-hanging fruit. And then here you have Hyjal. And then possibly Uldum. Of all of these zones, guys, let's do a poll. Kel'Thalas, some sort of Blood Elf zone. Grim Batol, some dragony zone. And then you have like rework, Deadwind Pass, Hyjal, and then Uldum. Let's make a poll, chat. Let's make a poll. What do you guys think? Poll. Which zone would you rather choose? What zone would you want the most? Kale Thalas, Grim Batol, Deadwind Pass, Rework, Hyjal, or Uldum, or like enhanced. Okay. Okay. You guys have 1 minute. Turn off additional votes. I did. Let's see it. All right, chat. Vote. Vote up. No one wants Uldum. Oh, man. Oh, it's pretty split. Does Deadwind mean it's not TBC version, like reworked? Pretty much, in my head, Deadwind Pass enhanced means like adding Karazhan and then maybe adding something like Karazhan Crypts. But I don't know, like there's Deadwind Pass is definitely a smaller zone, so it makes sense to not really be a top choice here. I liked Uldum and Kata, looked cool. Yeah, so pretty split. Hyjal being the top here. You guys almost 50-50'd it. So we've got Hyjal as honestly, this is pretty nice. I think Hyjal is really cool too. And Hyjal is a zone that's already made. Like they have the world tree, they have this big tree, they have the corpse of like Archimonde. Like they could easily develop Hyjal. It's like low hanging fruit. Hyjal isn't small. Hyjal is huge. This is Hyjal, by the way. It's like the same size as like think about this. It's the same size as all of Decilis. It's very big. Same thing with Kael'thas. I think some sort of Blood Elf zone is huge, right? There's so much room for it. In the world, there's so much room for it. On top of the fact that, like, there's already been a lot of work done in TBC specifically with, like, making Eversong Woods and Ghostlands. I think you could kind of condense it and you could make Kael'thas almost like a Sunwell-esque raid, or like an Isle of Kel'Danas. Instead of being an island in TBC, you could just have it be a zone off of like Eastern Plaguelands. Then we can do Karazhan, Hyjal, then Karazhan. The thing is, like, I think if they add content that's been in the game before, it has to be alternative. So it's an alt Kara. Right? It's an alternative Karazhan. It would be like, what about something new? Question mark. Bro, you have to think about this, okay? You have to think about this. They can add stuff that's new, right? But at some point, the lowest hanging fruit is pre-developed content. There's a reason that Karazhan existed where it did, the way that it did in TBC. It was good. Karazhan was a good place, a good location. It made people come back to the old world. Use a zone that nobody really was in, incentivize it. I think Karazhan of all things, especially and Hyjal, fit in the game. Now, Hyjal doesn't have to be a boring 8 waves into boss, like Warcraft 3 style encounter. It could just be a raid zone Or I'd rather them grab low-hanging fruit to see them. Right. That's kind of where I'm at, Artemis Entry, where it's like there's things like Karazhan, which the fucking tower is in Classic. Right? Use Nax. Yeah, like there's a staff in Classic that teleports you to Karazhan. This is so easy. This is so similar. Like it's in the world. It's not gonna be a lot of work for them. They don't have to develop a zone. All they have to do is make the raid, right? So if you think about it like that, it makes sense for them to do something like Karazhan, right? Same thing with Hyjal. There's a raid portal. There's a zone on the map. There's room for it. There's already architecture built around Hyjal in the lore. Right? Like, finish it off. Same thing. Gilneas, finish it off. Enhance Grim Batol. There's things in the world, and I think the first thing that they should do before just willy-nilly adding a zone called fucking Barathi Bylands, like what? Like, would you rather them make a new zone entirely that you guys are like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Like, just develop what's there, man. So, like, it doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you do a Karazhan? Why wouldn't you develop a Kel'Thalas? Classic Plus will probably be all the stuff Blizz wanted to do in original vanilla but never did, like Naga raids, PvP, Battleground and Najara, BRD raid, Mara raid. There's so much stuff in Classic WoW that never got finished. Silithus, for example, Giant Guardian in Uldum. Okay, I'm gonna stop and say I think a lot of those things didn't enter the game because they were replaced with other things that are currently in Classic. The BRD raid, it's just BRD. You just do BRD. It's just, they just tuned it down to be a 5-man instead of a 10-man, probably. I don't know. Maradon, I don't think there should be a Mara raid. I think that it's fine. I think that Mara, BRD, of all things, don't need to be developed, really. I think Naga race is possible, but I don't think it's likely. In my Classic Plus, in my version of Classic Plus, I don't think Naga is in. Problem with that line of thought is that no one from that time of Blizzard is still there. So why would they care to go in those directions for that reason, at least? Why would you choose to go to Karazhan in a Classic Plus? The reason is it's in the game. Okay? They don't have to make a tower and design it and art and it's in the game. Why wouldn't they do it? There's a huge fucking wall right here at the edge of Silverpine. Break it open, show what's inside. It's in the game, right? There's a lead in the game that they can develop. That's why. It's not because some guy 20 years ago at Blizzard was like taking notes about Karazhan. They meant to do this 25 years ago. Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is, they meant to do this 25 years ago were ideas that were scrapped or redesigned, and they probably all ended up in the game in some way or another. Like, if you think about, you know, they've done so much in WoW. They've added Vash. Or they've added like the undergrounds, the underwater zone. They added fucking Pandaria. They added Kazan. They added, there's so much shit. It's all over the place, right? They added fucking Draenei zones randomly. An island of Draenei, by the way, that crashed into the fucking, like, I don't know. There's so many, it's a world of island craft. They could develop Caverns of Time. Honestly, I don't think it's good. I fundamentally don't like the idea of Caverns of Time. This is not in my Classic Plus. I don't like the idea of a cavern existing with portals that magically take you back in time. Like, you know, if anything, you fight some dude in the Caverns of Time, you put a world boss, a big ass dragon. My versions of Caverns of Time is there's a cavern, right? And you're going in because this guy is trying to fuck with the time, and you go kill him, right? That's my Caverns of Time. No time traveling. He's trying to time travel. He's trying to introduce like this like bullshit, right? No, you go kill him. You go kill the bronze dragon. That's my Caverns of Time. You don't need to add these portals and like Escape from Durnhold, Black Morass kind of shit, like origin stories. Like, it just shouldn't be there, in my opinion. That's like a sort of a storytelling kind of dungeon where I feel like I don't know. Yeah. Time traveling is just a cheap, lazy way to storytell. I kind of agree. You know, there were actual leaks. There is actual leaks. Well, this is the leak. We were just I was just branching off and talking about Classic Plus, my kind of Classic Plus ideas, actual leaks. There are supposed leaks, right? Supposed leaks. I think, honestly, all of this... Okay, wait. I cut it off. All of this is real. I think all of this and up is real. I do. Except, yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea, I think, of... I don't know. I'm torn with this Lightning Season of Discovery. I think everything up is real. SOD 2 is very funny. I think an accelerated SOD with everything already figured out for them is very easy for them to do. With that being said, though, like this is definitely questionable. This part is questionable. But I think classic announcement, dude, I keep losing my cursor, so I have to like click somewhere. I think this is probably real. I think Infinite Classic announcement at BlizzCon 2020, I think this is real. I think there could be a hardcore version. This doesn't make any sense for priests. Why did they say that? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe something like this. New Spellblade class is questionable. This doesn't make sense. 3 new dungeons, probably true. Uldum, something like this. These zones sound kind of good. Very possible. And then I think all of this shit, this seems possible. All of this, I think is fan fiction. All of this is fan fiction, bro. No WAD? No WAD. But I think this top stuff is actually very true. If I had to guess, what is true? It's all of this. All of this at the top here. This stuff is true. I think this is probably true with the exception of maybe TBC Hardcore. It's very specific to be fanfic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think new class being Spellblade. What do you guys think? What is a Spellblade? A male wearer. Of all classes, the least developed is male. So if you think plate, mail, leather, cloth archetypes, you know, you've got 2 plate classes, 2 but only 1 on ally for male, and then with leather you've got 2, and with cloth you have 4. Right? Maybe it's I don't remember, 3 or 4. I can't think. 1 plate on horde. Yeah, 1 plate on horde. 3 cloth. This guy from Warcraft 3. I mean, if they add Blood Elves, Spellbreaker, Spellblade. Ooh. Okay, let's poll it. Let's poll it, chat. Is it real? Is it real? Spellblade class. Real or fake? What do you guys think? Let's see it. Vote it up. Vote it up. Vote it up. Oh my god, you guys are... Look, I'm just saying, these 6 people are insiders. They must be. Okay, 90% fake. I kind of agree. I think it's fake. I like the idea. I like the sound of a Spellblade class, which is why I think it's fake. Okay, well, if it's not Spellblade, do you think they're going to add a new class to Classic? No. I think there's too much going on with the classes that they have already. They need to balance. They need to like fix before even thinking about adding a new class. Right? I think that they should change. You know, there's a lot of things. Healing Mage and Sod was really cool. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, if there's a healing spec for Mage, I will quit Classic Plus. There needs to be class, like, no. It needs to have the classic, you know, you are a DPS, you are a hybrid, you are a tank, or you are a healer. You have to have that sort of identity, role identity, where a rogue isn't a healer. Where a warrior isn't a healer. A mage isn't a healer. In the same way that a priest isn't a tank. And a warlock is not a tank. Okay? They're not. I don't want to see rogue tank. I don't want to see warlock tank. I don't want to see mage healer. I don't. None of them. But I think that they should... develop prot paladin and shaman tanking. And then feral tanking. I think that having 3 tank options on each faction, prot paladin, prot warrior, and then feral druid for alliance, and then on horde you've got prot warrior, shaman, and then feral on horde, right? And so I think that that's something that like maybe they could develop. But big but shaman cannot be sod shaman. You can't. I think that the shaman tank has to be like not a whole spec. You can't. I don't think you can like you can add in. You're okay with shaman tank, but not okay with warlock. Okay then. Why am I okay with this? Because warlock tanking. I think warlock tanking actually does make sense, but only on caster mobs, because you do have warlock tank in classic and TBC. But Shamans do have the same, and they don't tank, right? Shamans have shield. They have high threat modifiers on spells, but they never really saw tanking, right? And they have like block value and stuff like on talents. I think that I'm okay to give Shaman some sort of tank capability in terms of balancing it with prop paladins in a fundamental sense. If you're gonna buff prop paladin, I think you need to have some sort of benefit for horde. Sod Shaman tank was way too over the top. I kind of agree. I don't want Sod Shaman. I don't want Shaman to be okay. I don't want Shaman to be a prop paladin. Okay? I think Shaman should have some sort of niche that doesn't make horde worse than so like you have paladin tank in classic, right? If you have paladin tank that's really good, then that means people will be like, wait, paladin's insane, let's play alliance. And I don't think you want to have that sort of imbalance. So they either need to do two things. Either they add a shaman tank counterpart, or they add some other benefit for horde, like lust. Maybe you add lust to horde, and the difference between you could have a stronger tank class, but then you have some other big bonus from shaman on horde, right? Wind Fury's already there. Wind Fury isn't enough for them to have a fully fleshed out tank AoE tank. It depends if Alliance get Wild Strikes. No. Alliance should not get Wind Fury. Not everything needs balance. That's not true. That's not true. Both races should be relatively close together in terms of capability, because they're designing the game around difficulty for the lowest faction. So if you have a really strong faction and a really weak faction, and you want both factions to be able to clear, you're making content easy for one faction and hard for the other. That doesn't make any sense. There needs to be some level of balance, but there doesn't need to be a level of homogeneity. Is that a word? You can't... Factions don't have to be homogenized for them to be relatively balanced. For example, let's say that you don't have a counterpart for Prop Paladin, and Prop Paladin is really strong. So how does Horde compensate? Let's say the way that they compensate is by shamans being stronger for the raid buff situation than right. So like, let's say there's a fight that comes out and shaman or like Prop Paladin is like insane. Prop Paladin basically lets you one tank a fight instead of 3 tank it. Right? So the difference for Alliance initially is that they gain 2 more DPS classes. How do you overcome that? Well, if you make your, busted class versus busted abilities, well, let's say it's like TBC Paladin. Let's say they add TBC Paladin to Classic and it's insane. It has infinite mana. It's tanky with great AoE threat and good damage. I don't think an extra buff is not going to have a similar pull on player count like having a dope tank class. I think if you had something like Lust, or like, think about it. If you had Lust on Shaman, people will play Horde because of Lust. And if this in the same coin, if you have Lust on Horde and you have Pally tank on Alliance, people will play like, right? People will play Alliance because they want to play a Paladin, and they're okay with Horde having Lust. And people will be like, oh, I want Lust more than Paladin. But like, I think that's okay. I think Lust could also be made a little bit different. Like you could add, right? Like to make Shamans a little bit, like let's say you buff Paladins in the world that like you have let's say you have prop Paladins doing well. Then you say, okay, well, we kind of want to buff Shaman a little bit. Let's add Lust. In TBC, Lust was a party buff for 30% haste for 40 seconds, something like that. Roughly speaking, right? So big attack speed, big cast speed buff. Now, I think it should remain party based. You should not have one shaman in the raid to be able to press Lust for everybody. And I think if you are going to have Lust, I think full party might be too strong. I think maybe go down the line of giving shaman individual Lust. So like almost like Hysteria, right? Like a Warcraft 3 Bloodlust. Like PI, but on a lower cooldown. Think PI, but on like a minute cooldown. Right? Or maybe that's too strong. That might break PvP. Power Infusion for melee. Exactly. I think a Power Infusion for melee would be cool in that regard. But PI is one target for shorter length for less haste. Yeah. I think PI... Well, no. I think it should mirror PI. I think Shaman Lust, if they were to add Lust in Classic Plus, and they weren't adding Shamans to Alliance, I think it should be Warcraft 3 style. You have Warcraft 3 style Bloodlust. But Warcraft 3. This is what it is. Okay. This is Bloodlust in Warcraft 3, which is a really strong buff. Increases friendly units' attack rate and movement speed by 25%, 40% and 25%, with a 1 second cooldown. Obviously, this is fucking broken. 8 seconds here, 8 seconds here. But it wouldn't be like this. This was in Classic. It's an individual buff. Or this was in Warcraft 3. I think if you do something like this, where you basically say like, you say like a 15-second PI-esque melee buff, where you have like, say 25% attack speed bonus for 15 seconds on like a 2-minute CD. Right? Something like this. And you can mirror PI in that regard. And this would make Shamans stronger than they already are. And it's something only Horde would get, and it would help balance out the fact that maybe Alliance get like a prop paladin. And then you scrap the Shaman tank idea and you just go with 2 tanks. And you make Feral stronger as well, so that you have more than 1 tank on each side. It's not just warriors on Horde and then prop paladins and warriors on Alliance. That's a balancing nightmare. I think it's fun. It's just fun, man. Fuck balance. Dude, you know what? Who cares? Who cares about balancing? Dude, just let the people press Lust on somebody. Like PI, it's not a... who cares? They do good damage for 15 seconds? Cool. I think I'd rather just have Shamans and Paladins on both sides. I kind of like the idea of factions being different. I think it's more fun raid-wide than on one person. then it's broken. Okay, so the problem is you can't have raid-wide lust. That's completely unbalanced. It's way too strong. If you add raid-wide lust on Horde, then you need to give raid-wide lust to Alliance. If you add single-person bloodlust, you don't need to add it to Alliance. And then you have differences between the factions. And you have more than one shaman. You have to remember, you're not playing one shaman in a 40-man raid. You have 5 to 8 shamans in a 40-man. So 5 to 8 people are getting bloodlusted. That's a lot of people. Like, that's a lot of your melee stack is going to get bloodlusted. Right? Unparsable, parse for Alliance? Fuck parsing. To be honest, dude. Imagine the whining who gets lust. That's perfect. That's so classic. Okay? Think about this. Fuck parsing. Who cares? You can't design a game because Alliance are going to get unhappy because people on Horde will out DPS them. Boo fucking who? Who cares, man? I don't care. I don't care. Nobody cares. I don't give a fuck, man. Make the game fun. You care? Okay, log off. I'm Alliance, I want to parse. You should just parse against your fucking your faction. Who cares what Horde are doing? Yo, but Prop Paladin is not just a tank, it gives might and wisdom. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. You get enough paladins. You get enough paladins in most raids just from healers to have all the blessings. Bro, Alliance would have blessings, a better tank. Okay, I don't know. Is this just Alliance? Is that Horde copium? Alliance have blessings. You forgot to say Horde have totems. They have a better tank. Who cares if 5 of my melee are doing 2k DPS on pull? Who cares, right? I think it would be fun. It's also, Prop Paladin should not be a better tank. Prop Paladin should not be a better tank. It should be a nicher tank. Right? You shouldn't just play Prop Paladin as your de facto go-to tank. What faction would you choose? I would play both. They should be able to AoE tank and that's it. Right, that's exactly right. I think that, well, I don't think they should only be able to AoE tank. I think they should do single target threat, but not out threat a warrior. If Horde gets lust, I'm never logging into Alliance. I would play both, because I would want to play Prop Paladin, I think, and I would want to play Horde. Why even have Alliance and Horde do one single side? I think I would get hate, but oh well. I think that doesn't make sense in the term of PvP servers. Like, I think PvP is a really big aspect of the game. If you want to parse, play retail. That's an actual challenge. Caring about parsing the classic is ultra critical. I kind of agree. I think that there's a difference between, like, trying to improve week to week or whatever, and, like, whatever, but I think actually, like, fundamentally caring about game, like, classic plus changing how parsing works is brain dead. Like, you'd actually like it if one faction was better than the other. One side would get to feel overpowered, and then the other would feel like the cool underdogs. But I'm an OSRS player. That's funny. I mean, that's kind of how it is. right now. Horde is slightly weaker than Alliance in terms of rating, I would say. I would say Horde is slightly weaker. We got 2 days to get you a build. Yeah, we're gonna get to that after I finish talking. I'm actually kind of wrapping up the Classic Plus talk. I think I've kind of gone through my ideas. Yeah. I think Horde might be on par with Ally, but they're way harder to play to full effect. Yeah, and also the people that play Horde statistically are Zug-Zugs. Like, something happens when you play Horde, you get Wind Fury, and it's on your character. You have the Wind Fury buff. I'm pretty sure you lose at least 50 IQ points. Like, it's very real. I've played it. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why, but it's true. Like, you're a melee player, you get Wind Fury, minus 50. That's not a joke. It's very real, and that's why Horde are weaker. Because, right, technically speaking, if your tank can hold threat, and your shamans can heal the raid, your raid should do more damage than Alliance raid. But the problem is it's more bloody, because people don't have the self-control to not kill themselves on Horde. That's all it is. Yeah. Feels very Horde appropriate. Yeah. Lore accurate Horde. Exactly. No, it's that's exactly what it is, bro. So yeah, that's kind of my classic play. This is a review of the leaks. We don't know how real they are. The Classic Plus leaks. To recap, probably no WAD. This is what they say. This is probably no WAD. TBC soon. TBC Hardcore, possibly. If this is a real leak, TBC Hardcore could be in. This 4chan guy is reliable. You guys think so? Okay, you know what? Let's actually do this. We're going to do one final poll here. Chat. /poll. Is this a real leak? Now, this doesn't mean that everything in this is true, but do you think this is a person with insider knowledge? Or is this fully fan fiction? Yes or no? What a poll. Let's finish it off, boys. Is this a real leak? Can we get a 60-40 option? Like, come on, it's not all true. I'm not saying, if you're saying yes in this, that's not to say that everything is true. It's just that this guy was a real leak. If any of it is true, as from an insider perspective, that would be a yes. My dad works for 4chan. It's all real. Really? People saying this leak is real are coping so hard. Some stuff like release dates have partial truth, but that's about it. I think release date is very likely. I think we will probably know by BlizzCon. It's basically guaranteed to not all be true. This is just what the one guy knows right now, and things change before it comes out. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Okay, chat. That was our leak review. It was fun. I had a lot of fun talking about Classic Plus, bro. I could talk about Classic Plus every day for the next like 2 years. I could do it. Now, close this. POE build. Chat. I have not played POE for Path of Exile. I've not played POE for probably like 5 years. POE 1. I need to make a build. Chat, I need to make a build. So what I was thinking, have you ever played Turtle WoW stream? No, I've never played Turtle WoW or Epoch or any of the whatever it is. Okay. So what I was thinking that we as a chat come up with some ideas for me to play. I want the chat to decide and make a build for me, or not necessarily make a build, but decide what kind of build we make, what spells we're using, and then I try to make a build on POB. I try to make a build. So what we're gonna do first is we are gonna pick a class. Okay? Actually, wait, maybe we should do that later. Maybe we should do skill gems first. Let's come up with some ideas, chat. I need you guys to come up with some ideas. Let's first go to archetypes. Let's break it down. The way we'll do it, I think we'll do archetype into, so things like range, like bow, spells, melee, things like this, right? What are the archetypes in PoE? These are the only ones I can think of. Minions, totems. So like summoner. Say summoner. Traps. Slams. I'm just gonna say slams as melee. Okay. So. No, you don't get to make me an aura bot. I'm playing solo. I'm not, don't say auras, man. Use the view menu to zoom or change. Just want to zoom in. So we're going to pull this. Okay. Chat. We're going to pull this. What archetype for PoE? We got bows, spells, melee, summoner, or traps. This is going to be a big one. We'll give 3 minutes. Okay. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to look at it until the very end. I will not look. You guys are going to, I'm going to reveal it at the very end. For me, I'm not going to influence it at all. Okay? How much PoE are you playing? I don't know. I'm just going to play on the season start. It's already settled. Wait, is it already settled? Wait, is it already? Chat, should I just reveal it? No, there's time. I'll just wait. I'll wait. Okay. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play whatever. We're gonna play through the league. See what's up. You never played POE before? I have played POE before, but I haven't played recently. I have around 300 hours in POE. And some of that's like AFK, you know, like I didn't really play that much. And this is also over the course of like 15 years, like 10 years. Very casual POE player. I think I played Righteous Fire. I played a lot of melee builds. And I played a bow build once. Why is Wands not on the poll? I guess I should have. Will it change the vote? Melee. Okay, guys, we are melee. We are melee. Okay, so we're melee. Now, let's get some melee gems. What are good? What are some good gems? We're gonna have to have like a finals. No, there's no. Don't worry about the class. Don't worry about whatever. Just some gems. So we've got melee. We made it to melee. Okay, so we go gems. Main gem. We've got some options. Let's get a couple good ones. We've got Sunder, Cyclone. You know what? I'm gonna put this one on here. Smite. What is Smite? Earth Shatter. Does it have to have a melee tag? I don't know. It just has to be a melee character. Wait, let's look at the gems. Let's look at them. Flicker Strike, Frost Blades. Oh god, wait, there's so many. Holy shit. Wait, how do we... Flicker Strike is hilarious. Wait. Flicker? Flicker Strike is if you hate your eyes and viewers. Flicker is arguably not stream viable. Okay, maybe. Wait, should we let's look at a video of Flicker Strike. Wait, this looks sick. How are you guys saying this is not stream viable? Look at him. Oh, wow. That was a little jerky. Okay, dude, wait, that looks cool, though. Holy shit! Whoa! Okay. Okay, how do we decide some stuff, guys? Do we put it in like do we put some melee gems into like a randomizer and then add them in? Like, how do we decide from all of these? Can we get a wheel? Yeah, maybe we can get a wheel. How bad and good do you want the skill to be? I mean, I would like it to be a reasonably good build. But it doesn't have to be meta. I don't care about it being meta. I'll play some random shit. We can cull 80% of the list. Well, didn't somebody say smite earlier? Smite. Are these all of the melee skills in the game, chat? Don't cull the list. Just do numbers instead of typing each one out. Okay, so we're rolling. Are we making a wheel? Spin the wheel. Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh, dude. Okay, I need to make what is this, bro? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let's go. Let me copy this over. I'm just gonna copy all this. Okay. Let me go. Google Sheets. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's Oh, dude. This is a little crazy. Okay, let's get rid of duplicates. Blade Fury, I don't know what this means. I'm just gonna get rid of duplicates. Blade Storm of Uncertainty, whatever. Like, I'm not... Like, Bone Shatter of Carnage. Like, I'm just getting rid of all duplicates right now. All duplicates go away. Flicker Strike, Frenzy of Onslaught. The top 2 ancestrals are not in the game. Okay. Just roll. I need to get rid of some of these, so it's like a better viewing experience. Okay. Because we're going to roll and then pull from the roll. So what we're going to do, chat, what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel 5 times, and then I think we're pulling between those. What do we think? Sound good? Genius? Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Any ones that we're really looking to be on the... All right, chat. What is our dream pull right now? We've got all of these. What are we looking for? Are all of these real? What is Frenzy of Onslaught a real? Cyclone of Tumult? Hardcore, softcore. Probably softcore. I haven't played in a long time. So probably softcore. Puncture of Shanking. Couldn't this just be Puncture? Frenzy of Onslaught. I think it's just Frenzy, right? Okay. Okay, 51 entries. Remove Leap Slam, it's not a main skill. It could be. I could be the Leap Slammer, bro. Wild Strike is Frenzy Charge? Oh. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, here we go. Poll number 1. We're gonna shuffle it. And spin the wheel. Our first option. Infernal Cry. Okay. Okay, remove it from the list. Spin again. Spin again. That's not a skill. Okay, well, we'll have to reassess. Shield Crush. Oh, wow. Wait, chat, should we remove Infernal Cry? Should we remove Infernal Cry? Okay, okay. There we go. Spin it. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, Crushing Fist. I don't even know what this is. All right. All right, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Lightning Strike. Okay. Okay. What's next? What's next? Looks like we've got Reeve. One more spin, one more spin. Oh, and Dual Strike. All right. Okay. Okay, okay. So how does this work, guys? Is this so do you only ever use one skill like this? Do you only ever use one? So I shouldn't, like, we just pick one. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna have a semifinals match. We're gonna pull 5 more, and then we're gonna vote. Actually, we're gonna vote here first for the winner. We're gonna vote for the winner right now. And then I'm gonna vote 5, then we're gonna pull 5 more, vote for the winner, and then duel them 1v1 for the best of the best, okay? That's what we're gonna do. That's whatever you guys want to see the most, okay? So, let's pull this. Poll. Very quick poll. This is gonna be which spell should which main gem for POE build. Now keep in mind, guys, I am gonna be making this build by myself. I'm not gonna be following a guide for these. So just remember, if it's like a really complicated build, I'm probably not gonna figure it out. Okay? Full disclosure. I'm making my own build. So, all right, what do we got, guys? What do we got? Okay, we're shield crushing, we're lightning striking. What's it looking like? Reeve is winning. Uh-oh, lightning strike and Reeve in it. Shield Crush, 3rd place right now. Lightning Strike eking ahead. Oh, it's neck and neck with Reeve. Evened it out. Reeve is 21%. Oh, Reeve. Reeve barely beating out Lightning Strike here. And the votes are in. Reeve is number 1. Okay. So our first winner is Reeve. Okay, down is too slow. Hey, next one, next one. Okay. So we're pulling 5 more. We're pulling 5 more. Get a new finalist, and then we're pitting them against each other. Move old pigs from the wheel. I did. All right, we've got in our first section, our group B. We've got Whoa, how do I spell that? Infernal Below. Let me remove that from the list. Infernal. Okay. All right. Our second one in Group B, Consecrated Path. It's not a main skill. Is it? And Vigilant Strike. Consecrated Pass is like based flicker. I don't know what that means, bro. And Bone Shatter. We've got Bone Shatter on the list. And our final group B, Double Strike. So we've got Dual Strike and Double Strike. All right, let's pull these bad boys. Take 2, guys. Pull number 2. Pull it up. Main gem. Infernal Blow. Consecrated Path. I'll just copy paste this shit. All right. Bone Shatter. Boom. Okay. And vote is up. I'm not looking this time until the end. Ampy, I'll be $1.50 with you. So far, all terrible leveling gems. You know what? I don't care. It's fine. I don't care. Instantly decided. Shit, you guys already cooked? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be tough. Okay, so we've got Bone Shatter. Most certainly the winner here. Okay, Bone Shatter versus Reeve. Okay, our finals. Final gem choices. Reeve, Bone Shatter. Chat, it's up to you what I play. It is up to you. I'm not looking. Don't spoil. We need everybody to vote here. Lock in, guys. No spoil, no spoil. Item coming. Yeah, we'll dismiss. We'll snooze it. We're snoozed up. What are you gonna play? Guys, Bone Shatter. The final verdict is Bone Shatter. 53% versus 47%. Did we get our build? We're Bone Shattering. Okay, wait. before we do this, since this was so close, 53 to 47, what I want to do is look at both of these gameplays. Let's look now. Let's look at Reeve and Bone Shatter, and then I'll be the deciding factor between these two because they're so close. So we're gonna look at them and see. So let's find a Bone Shatter. Do you guys have a Bone Shatter video? What is this? This is Bone Shatter. It's Zizren. Does Reeve gameplay even exist? Does anyone have Reeve? Can anyone link me a Reeve? Where should I go on this? Right here?
Or anything like that, and you will be able to pull off this build no matter what.
I don't even know what he's doing.
Tried and tested build, and this is something that can do Ubers even on hardcore, but
Looks like he's just ground slamming.
a lot of people use this build to like start as your first build, make a bunch of divines on day one, invest into the build if you really like it, or if you see something pop up with the new bloodline ascendancies, pivot into something else with all the money you've made from having a strong starter. If you find our builds useful for Leagues Art, please consider subscribing and sharing the
Okay. What is Reeve? Bone Zone clip? Holy shit, he's big. Why is he laughing? I don't understand this. What's wrong? Chat, this doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god. Oh no, I'm laughing too hard.
Okay. Here's a Reeve. What is he doing? This is a melee build? Okay. So we've got Bone Shatter here. Let's read this. We've got Bone Shatter and then Reeve. Let's read them. Let's read the gems. Okay, this is a melee attack, a strike. There's a couple tags here. Stunning. Okay, melee strike that also hurts you. Successful uses will raise the damage dealt. Successive uses will raise the damage dealt to both enemies and to you. So it like doubles it or something. Stunning an enemy. Oh, so you want to stun them. You want to stun them. And then it AoEs around them. Okay. So it adds physical damage. Gain 1 trauma for the first time this attack hits an enemy. Take damage per trauma when you gain trauma. 2 to 4% more damage per trauma. So it ramps up. So it ramps the frick up. This is probably pretty good on single target then. Pulse has a 15% increased area of effect per stun duration, up to 400%. If you can sustain high stacks. It's crazy Z deeps. Oh, okay. It's great. Like the alternative version. What? There's different versions now? Is this like a vol? Is this like a vol gem? Okay. Okay, so my understanding is you bonk bonk bonk, and then if you stun the bonker, then you AoE. Got it. And then Reeve. Oh, this is a very simple gem. Attacks in an area in front of you. Each Reeve that hits an enemy grants stages, which you will begin to lose after a short period without hitting anything. Only works with daggers, claws, and one-handed swords. 4 max stages, plus some meters to radius. 50% more area of effect for each stage. I don't understand this. Yeah, I don't understand what this is saying, bro. You build up to 4 stages. You get a stage for hitting a mob. More stages equals more AoE. Okay, so... The attack is just a ground wave that gets bigger the more you attack. Hmm. Okay. So we're bone shattering. I'm a little bit interested in the Reeve, but I don't really understand how it plays. Cause we got 2 videos. This is a video of a Reeve guy, and he's blasting, right? This is a high level dude. He's pressing Reeve and he's killing everything. This looks fun. But when I look at Bone Shatter, I didn't get a similar link to this. Holy shit. Level 72. This looks like he's blasting. Oh, don't no spoilers. No spoilers. Dude. Okay. I will say, chat, I definitely think I need help with with very specifically picking out the other gems I need to use. But I want to learn the tree. Maybe I'll try my best. Maybe I'll try my best to pick. Dude, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Maybe what we'll do. Okay, this is what I think. This is what we'll do. I'll make a build, and then we'll peer review it. Okay, so you guys will tell me what I did wrong. So basically, we'll throw it out. Oh no. How do I isn't POB like a download, bro? Oh my god. How does it work? POB. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, here we are, guys. Okay. Okay, what? How do I use this? Okay. We are probably playing the big man. Right? Oh god. Bro, this is gonna be bad. Wow. Mistake already? What do you mean? I'm not a Marauder Bone Zone guy? Oh no. Okay. Look at their ascendancies. Oh god. Where do I look at that? Oh. Okay, so Chieftain. This is some totem shit. This is not what I want to be doing. What is this guy? Berserker. Okay, wait, let's think about this, okay? So we've got physical damage, gain defiance. I don't even know what that means. Dude, I can't do this. I can't do this. Bro, this is terrible. How am I supposed to make a build? I don't want endurance charges. How many of these do you get? Do you really want endurance charges? No, I don't, to be honest. The build might need it, but I don't want it. No, I don't want it. I don't want it, dude. That's a lot. I don't really know what I need to do for this. I've never used this spell, bro. We'll get to this later. Let's build our build. Okay, guys. So... What are we... Bone Shatter is level 28. Act 3? Okay. What is this? The archives. The loose canal to the library. Oh, okay. I remember that quest. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is a little complex. Here we go, guys. We're gonna start. This is a 50-50 if we get this right. How the fuck do you get... What? These are not connected to anything. Just play? I mean, I will play, but I want to get a good idea of like where I should be going. Sorry about those? Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Oh, is that from gems? You can like get a gem. Okay. What are we doing here? I think very first thing, we're going in. We're going in big dam. Although this regen is kind of okay. Something like this. Oh, increased stun threshold. That's what I need, right? Where is it? That's your stun threshold, not the enemy's. Oh. Wait, I do need it though, right? Pulse has a 15% increased AoE per 0.1 stun second duration. I can search, right? How do I search? Stun. Oh. Oh! That's what I need! Two-handed melee and stun duration. Okay. Two-handed melee and stun duration. Reduce enemy stun threshold. The stun threshold determines how much damage can stun something. What the fuck did... 4 points to node. What is this thing in the middle? How do I get that? No, it's not a choice. It doesn't let me pick it. Choose one. Oh, can I click one of these? Increase stun duration. Oh, that's nice. That's new. I don't remember that. Okay. Okay, so we just go around and we collect stun. Cannot be stunned. I don't have a skill. I don't know how to work this. Bro, I can't click anywhere. I can't add an item. Do I? Oh god, bro. To back to bone shatter. Requires a mace, scepter, axe, or staff. Bro. What is wrong with this, man? There we go. We got a weapon. We got a weapon. Okay. The weapon has been acquired. Okay. So, let's go through some gems. Oh, wow. Let's look up stun. That's big. That's big. So we stun them. And then, I'm so done, dude. I'm so done. Why are you guys I-canting? Guys, this is too hard. This is too hard. We'll come here later. So we're going to start off. Oof. Oh, that's good. Oh, regen. Life regen. That's Giga. Would you like 30 seconds of general tips? Yeah, definitely. I feel like I am very lost, to be honest. The axe, big hint. The axe mastery looking on the left. The axe mastery? What the fuck does that mean, man? This guy? What the fuck is blood stance and sand stance? Guys, wait, I might just have to follow a build. Straight up. Get a baseline tree. That's, yeah, I think I need like, dude. I thought chat was building. Okay, you know what? Wait. Maybe chat can build. Just let us pick. Okay, you know what? All right, guys, where do I go? I'm doing this. All right, left or right? Do a poll for every node. No, pick my node, guys. Pick one. Down. Where do we go from here? We're here. Bottom. Boom. Okay, reset. Reset. One in the chat. One in the chat to reset. You guys are playing right now. Okay. Reset. Okay. Now pick a direction. Up, left. Okay, we could go left, up, down, or right. Down, forward. Boom. I'm assuming we're just going to take this again. Left, strong arm. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, guys. What are we doing? What are we... Wait. Left, strong arm. This guy? Left or right, man? Make a poll for directions. Okay, I can't do a poll that's like... "10-second poll." There's only a 30-second poll. Do the on-screen click poll thing. I'm getting left and right. How do I do a short poll, chat? Choose a random viewer and let them make the whole thing. Okay, let's go. Oh. I don't want to just get a full build. I might as well just find a build and yeah, this is not working, guys. I will say this whole situation. You know what we should do? I'm not even gonna make a build. Okay? I'm just gonna log on, and every time I level up, we'll decide live. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. This is gonna be possibly. Wait. Dude, it's so scuffed. Hold on. There we go. Pull for class selection. Okay. Okay. See, look, guys. I made a blink man. My highest character is 86. Oh, 94. Scare man bad. Dude, what no League, guys. League comes out on Friday. I'm gonna play solo self-found for sure. Thank you, Jasmine Knight. Chat, what is the actual play? Is it Marauder? I know some people were saying Duelist. Is it like what is the class pick here? What will I have more fun on? Hellman? Hellman or Rocks? Okay. All right. Bone go boom. I don't hear anything. Wait, did it say game pause? But you can pause? Sound. Is it on? What can I do to make sound? I don't think sound is on. Yeah, I don't have the audio at all. Oh, it's mute. I have it now. Audio is back. Okay. Ooh. That sounds good. Bleeding? Music off for a bit? Yeah, honestly. Oh wow. There's a boss HP. Ah. He's beating my ass.
It's nice not to be dead yet.
Okay, chat. Left to right. Physical attack damage and life, or attack speed and accuracy? Left. Boom. Okay.
Fine work with Hillock.
Oh gosh. So we're supposed to be playing like some Salam build early on. I'm kind of thinking out of these might be like cleave angle.
Farewell.
But I have remove only tabs. It's supposed to be self-found. Just self... Oh, God. There we go. Wow. Wait, I have stuff. How do I have stuff? Guys, I'm rich. I have 3 Chaos Orb. Oh, because it's not a league. Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I did play SSF before. We have gold? Wait, what? I got 11 gold. Oh my goodness. Should I buy anything? Somebody was saying I should buy spectral throw. What do we think, guys? What are we doing? Are we... I feel like... Oh, man. Wasting too much time? I'm just getting... I'm kind of easing into it, dude.
Not the most pleasant of arenas, but it's
Top of the cleave.
for now.
Oh my god. Ground slam or spectral are both fine. I didn't even see ground slam. Dude, I feel like speedrunning in this game would be so sick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Do they not do races anymore? I'm kind of surprised that they... I feel like that was... Oh, they have like private leagues, right? My character feels so large. They like buff character size recently. Guys, I'm kind of getting beat down by this thing. uh... Dual wield your other sword. Does it do anything? Oh, that's pretty thematic. Wait, we need that. Is this your first time playing PoE? I've played it like A little bit. I have like 300 hours in PoE over like 10 plus years. And my last experience was like pretty long ago. We cleave with that thing? Oh, we could slam with that thing. Driftwood a maul. Between PoE and OSRS, you're playing the games where hundreds of hours doesn't mean anything? Yeah, pretty much. Dude, how do I get... There it is. Is this a test such practice? Yeah, this is so we just we spun a wheel. We got Bone Shatter. We voted on some randomized melee gems. So we're making a Bone Shatter character. I kind of wanted to make my own build, but in my head it sounded like a better idea. When I opened up POB, I'm not that guy. Yeah, I'm not that guy. I don't even know where the abilities... I don't even know what gems I'm using. So... I feel like that might be a future me angle. But you'll pick up fast. Yeah, I'm not worried about picking it up. I just wanted to make like content out of it. It'd be fun, but I think it's not. It doesn't like make sense. Wow, Dezel Turd Twister is the first character to solo delve to depth 18,950, guys. Can we get some grats in the chat? Is that nerdy? How did he do that? Is that far? I don't even need to clear this stuff. I could just leave. Okay, we are at a crossroads, guys. Damage or evasion? All right. I'll just take the waypoint at this point. Damage is really important early game. Yeah, I feel like I'm slamming, dude. I just tried to shift left click to drop like a RuneScape. Oh, man. Oh, man. Control click. I don't know. Feels so strong, dude. Can you still sell things that are connected like this for a chromatic? All right. Yeah, I don't really know about like all the recipes, but I remember like 6 sockets being good. I think that's jewelers. I remember the chromatic. That's pretty much it. I'm thinking about it. It's the only ones I know. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm assuming you guys are taking me down this path of physical damage here. This is like the clear the zone, right? Yeah. These dude. You generally skip this area? Yeah, but doesn't it give something? Oh, it gives respec points. For some reason, I had it in my head that this gave something like actual talent points. Maybe that's like in a different version of it. How did he die? Switch with gold now? Wait, what does gold do? Oh, big boy. Holy shit. Chill, man. This dog. This guy's going crazy. I'm level 2. Wait. I need a double red. Have you played POE before? Yeah, I played a lot, but like not a lot. I played like enough to understand the base game, and I've watched a lot of POE. But I've never really like pushed it. Like my highest level character was 94. Probably like 6 years ago. Yeah, this place is ass. No wonder people skip it. Well, that's what I need. That's a triple red. Okay. Yeah, this place is ass. Why play PoE instead of PoE 2? There's a new season coming out. That's why. Yeah. Comes out Friday. I played some PoE 2. Not a ton. Oh my dude. I'm just out of that. No, I think I need one more nest. There it is. No, that's not it. I've got a feeling it's not up here, guys. Dude. Do I have 3? I have 3. I'm so cooked. Best part of League launch is watching Quinn scream in agony as he dies to Roas. Guys, there's no ground slam. Yeah, Cicho, I'm trying out the games, dude. What is an ethical start? What does that even mean? I have a shield.
A necromancer.
Oh wow.
I've traveled. Farewell.
I don't.
Dude, there's so many skills. Get a meta build and blast. This is cooked. You're not gonna have fun. Were you here, boss? The build was Bone Shatter. That's what I spun a wheel and then chat pulled. It was between Bone Shatter and Reeve. In the end of it. But yeah, I am increasingly interested in a build. Okay. Oh, that's cool that it says supportable skills. Hmm. The game is so much different now than when you played. It is. I feel it. I noticed it just looking at the talent tree. Okay, let's look up a build. Let's look at build. Bone Shatter build. Zizarin.
Bone shatter of complex trauma. This is a really solid hardcore SSF build, so obviously it'll work well for softcore as well. It is a good starter, and the fact that it is SSF viable means that you don't need to rely on the economy or trade crashing or anything like that, and you will be able to pull off this build no matter what. It is a super like tried and tested build.
This is 5 hours ago.
Something that can do Ubers even on hardcore, but it is still more of a league starter. A lot of people use this build to like start as your first build, make a bunch of divines on day one, invest into the build if you really like it, or if you see something pop up with the new bloodline.
How do you just make divines day one? What does that even mean?
From having a strong starter.
Holy shit, is he killing everything just with this?
Please consider subscribing and sharing the build. It helps us out a lot. You can also find this build on Maxroll for those that like written guides with super in-depth hand-holding and a little bit extra, so make sure you check that out. We put a lot of work into that as well. If the video guide doesn't help you enough, then you do have the written component with just tons of extra info. So as normal, we are using Path of Building for this, a third-party software that is pretty much mandatory for POE 1. You really do want to use this. It's a really good calculator, and we make it very easy to follow. We do step-by-step on the skill tree, so you will know exactly where to put skill points as you're leveling. And here you can see as well the ascendancies.
Okay, what I want to play. What is the duelist one? Does anyone have a duelist one? The duelist link? Level 100 Earth Shatter Slayer. Oh, that's cool. He like has it set up in different like areas. Doesn't have one updated? It says 4 hours ago. This is the wrong one? That's for Earth Shatter. Oh. Oh. What does Earth Shatter look like? What does Earth Shatter do? He's just slamming. This doesn't look fun, man. He's so slow. He's just walking around, man. If you want to zoom, then do Deadeye and Ranger. I definitely do want to go fast. But Earth Shatter Zerker is much faster. Oh god. There's so many people. This guy's name sounds familiar. Did he play in OnlyFans? I see. Okay, that didn't really... Oh, let's see the showcase. Boom. I mean, that is better. That does look pretty nice. This does look pretty nice, guys. He's just running through everything, bro. Okay. I mean, can I just follow... Wait, what's... Can I just follow this guy's POB for his Earth Shatter Slayer and then just swap out Earth Shatter for Bone Shatter? Look up Volcanic Fissure of... You're gonna have to link me, Sicho. I don't even know what that means. Not really. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a lot of gems. I'm gonna be honest. I have a level 90 character, and I don't think I have any gems. At all. POB. So is Karn just a Slayer guy? He just plays Slayer? He played Slayer, Bone Shatter, and now he's Slayer, Earth Shatter. Sick. That's like Hellman. Every time I saw Hellman play, he played Duelist. He's just a duel guy. Okay. So you start up ground slamming with a Vol Axe of 1000 DPS. Bleed Slayer really cool.
Hey guys, Pace plays here with a build guide for Bleed Slam's Slayer.
Just want to see it.
Slam options. Ground Slam of Earthshaking is a
Holy shit!
coverage of this skill is enormous. It quickly expands with no delay and has a better chance to stun. Vol Ground Slam is a huge
What is that spell?
ground slam. It has 4 charges, costs very few souls, and has a soul gain
Wait, that looks sick.
1 second. It's basically spammable. Sender is a long, narrow slam that gets wider as it travels. Each enemy hit by Sender sends out shockwaves to nearby enemies. It shreds dense packs of enemies. These shockwaves can proc Slayers.
Okay, this spell is insane.
Even aggravate bleeds from the same attack. Sender excels in long, narrow maps, or if you need a bit more reach for bossing. Sender is perfectly fine to run until 2.
Do not play this. See, what? Dude!
An initial ground hit, and then
It just looks cool. I'm not saying I'm playing it.
a short delay. The aftershock does much more damage. Earthquake's specialty is being omnidirectional. It's great for those that don't want to aim in a specific direction. Less duration is a required support for Earthquake. Fall Earthquake procs aftershocks as you move for a duration. It's pretty nice for mapping, but it can't be exerted. Narrow, straight map like Silo, Uber Saurus want a bit more range.
Look at Lightning Strike.
Thunder, fighting Uber Exarch and
Lightning Strike was in the running.
Blades unleash lightning strike to clear packs and reposition instantly by using the Frost Blink or more Berlin Blade.
Lightning. I can't even tell what's.
Your damage
Is that him? Is that his Lightning Strike? Why is there? I can't play this. Dude, I don't even know what's going on. It's like bouncing off the walls and shit.
leeching. You have overleech up nearly all the time. In
Wait, that looks insane.
ailments, just keep the blood rage running. Let the automation handle your defenses and refresh Enduring Cry occasionally if needed. Then use the Assassin's Mark against tanky mobs or bosses to spike the crit chance and damage. Then for mobility heavy encounters, the Whirling Blades will give you a ton of uptime and repositioning, which lets you weave in and out of them.
Okay. Garotha build.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
Oh, it's cool to see Garotha.
Today I talk about the Gladiator of this rate build. And asked a lot of questions about this, whether or not it's updated, whether or not it's a good league starter for this league. And yeah, I was just
What the fuck is he doing?
this build is relatively.
He did nothing and he killed the boss, man.
There's a couple things I want to mention though and update and talk about. So let's get into it. First off, let me say I think this will be a great league starter. Breach mechanic looks.
Why is there so many monsters here, dude?
Retaliate generally excels at mechanics like Expedition, Breach, like Old Breach. Anything that has a lot of monsters, this build is amazing at. And
I wish I was on my computer to link the tier lists.
mechanics in general for Retaliate. A lot of
Chat,
monsters,
what's the tier list right now?
monsters getting hit a lot makes Retaliate way.
Chat is. I'm not. No, Chat is not making me Flicker Strike.
I'm not very good at. Like,
I've always wanted to play Flicker Strike, but I never do.
for obvious reasons. I did attempt it when I was playing it, but it didn't go very well. Now, speaking of Sanctum, there's a new unique shield off one of the Ubers. And this would actually allow you to run Sanctum with this character. The new Uber shield is giving
TY
retaliation,
Killers tier list.
which makes it way more consistent. And it's also getting a
Slams Zerker.
when you do get hit, you have more time to actually use the retaliate. And it's also getting a lot of damage too. Now it's a pretty decent amount of armor evasion. This should be a really nice quality life shield, and it'll give damage, which is usually not something that you get on normal like attack-based shield. Yeah, it might be better to use over a normal shield. The main issue I have with the Uber shield is you don't get life on block, you don't get suppression.
Oh, you know what build I just saw? I just saw on the tier list. You know what build I played before was Blade Vortex. That was fun.
Very, very strong.
I'm a circle enjoyer, guys. What does it say about me? I played Blade Vortex and Righteous Fire.
And yeah, it looks really nice to me. And it'll be really good for like elementals, ignite, and fish ring, stuff like that as well. Definitely something to look at. If you're looks really interesting. Witchcrafts are also being added. These are essentially like enchants on the gear.
Cyclone? I've never played Cyclone. What if we cloned?
Different types of skills that do different things, like damaging or support skills. Not sure yet whether or not any of these will be useful or not. They haven't really showed us everything yet. Clearly, there's something that's good, but if there's not, I mean, I would be very surprised.
Cyclone is so bad.
Actually, there's not really much to talk about here.
Flicker Strike Champion?
We're also adding new ascendancy points called Alliance. Unfortunately for this character, yeah.
Oh! Look at him go!
Probably not gonna be able to make use of any of the bloodline unfortunately. The one that I was looking at was schizophrenia.
We're just listening to Garoth still. Okay. Hold on, no. Okay, what is Pekonk? I just want to watch them play, to be honest. I just want to watch them play the game, man. Primavera's Blade Blast.
Circles. Today we're looking at Primavera's Blade Blast 7 Turp.
I need this.
The new transfigured version of Blade Blast to unleash beautiful, murderous circles. Welcome to Build
Circles.
I'm Ibn from Grinding Gear Games.
Chat. Best circle spell. Earth Shatter, Righteous Fire. Cyclone. Slayer Cyclone. What is Frost Blades? That sounds cool.
Hey all, welcome back to Fuzzy Gaming.
That's not, this is very much triangles, not circles. I don't see the Cyclone Shockwave.
Hey everybody, Sanavi here, and I'd like. So looking at the gear for the character here.
Oh, he's spinning.
3.26, thanks to the junk tech, has been really nice for this build. It kind of rounds out our damage.
Nah, this doesn't look very fun. He's not moving very quickly. I think Cyclone could be fun. Analysis paralysis. I'm just looking at different skills because I don't really know that much.
Gameplay and how it feels. But yeah, it's been a blast. I find that League starting my Cyclone build is really comfortable. Once we go.
So far, Duelist, the Slayer, Earth Shatter looked not bad, to be honest. No, this one, the Berserker, this one, the Exile one. Okay. Earth Shatter Berserker. Don't save this build. How do I import? Chat, where do I import this shit? I don't see import. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now how do I So how do I look at his build? Oh my god, what is this, man? RGB RGNNEGG. What? What is that, man? You paste that into the vendor search to only height. Oh, there we go. So I post. I don't really understand what this does, chat. What does that do? So I could go to vendor.
Take care.
It highlights your links.
Greetings.
Can you cycle through? Oh, you can. You can arrow key.
Stay sharp out there.
Okay. I think that I won't. Okay. Make your own regex from here. I think this time around this season, I have to just play a meta build. Just play somebody else's build so I can learn the game. And then I think I can start thinking about making my own build. Like I straight up think I need to play for like 300 hours before I can even make a build. I mean, I know that I can make a build, but it's not going to be good. Like I can just put my points in randomly. Oh my god, dude. If you want to play a true melee build with good clear and good damage, you should play Mamba. Something hard when you learn the key points on the tree. I think it's just I don't know this. I don't know the gems. Chat, link me a Mamba. I'm not gonna play it. I think I'm gonna play the Earthshatter Zerker. What is Peaconk, man?
Guys, Tino here. Welcome back. We got 3.27 on the horizon, so I thought I'd let you guys know exactly what I'm doing on the absolutely insane. But you don't need them. You can actually use Viper Strike of Mamba from the first lab onward.
I don't even know what he's doing. He's just
proliferation as your first lab, and so long as you have a little bit of flask discipline, so you're gonna want to be making sure that you're clicking your flasks sequentially, so that you have a flask up all the time as you're leveling. And the way that you do that is basically you're gonna be clicking between one or the other flask. I will skip through the VOD here a little bit to showcase the progression that I had with the build. Act 1, I went for a classic
I think what I'll do, I might play
People tend to play Cobra Lash as well. That's totally fine. I opted in for Caustic
the Earth Shatter guy first,
easiest thing to do
and then
after, Act 1.
like I don't think I'm gonna fully invest in one character. I think I want to try them out.
Poison concoction.
I think my goal this league
Obviously, the class
is mostly just to have fun,
from there on out.
but
Use the normal poison concoction
especially to like try out different builds
until
because
lab. You can see
um
poison concoction.
I don't like I haven't seen the spells. I haven't seen the way that they play. If I really like Earth Shatter, I might just stay with it. But like I definitely want to try like a ranger. I probably will try to try like a spell dude. I've never played a summoner.
Additional damage, but
Yeah.
needless to say, poison concoction is completely broken compared to like any other skill early on. It does a really good job at clearing Merveil and each subsequent boss up until Act 3. So from here you'll just be coasting.
The league starts on Friday.
Until Act 3, and once you get to Act 3, which I will scrub to here at some point.
Yeah.
But once you get to Act 3, that is when you want to be doing the laboratory.
Yeah, I was never really a big fan of summoner. I don't think I've ever played a summoner in like an ARPG.
Eventually, where you want to be setting up your character for the swap. So this is right after the swap, and what I did is I have the very usual, as you can see, just like garbage 4 links here and there, trying to manage my supports as well as trying to manage my attributes. But I'm using one-handed swords, and the ones that are 2x3, so these wider ones. And the reason for that is because they
This is
have
POE 1.
base damage, and all you're looking for is just the highest amount of base damage possible onto your weapon, physical damage and chaos damage. Everything else is useless because obviously only physical and chaos damage can poison until you get access to pneumatic daggers into the late game. But I will sort of show what that looks like here. And what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that my flasks are up when I need them. So anytime I kill a monster, I want to make sure that I have at least one active. That is the main nuisance with leveling Viper Strike with Mamba early. But Alchemist Mark does a really good job at like clearing packs when it spawns as well. Like it does a lot of dot damage. And overall, I was very pleasantly surprised with the effectiveness of Viper Strike with Mamba through the campaign. And most importantly, also the single target, as the campaign tends to,
Okay. Well, chat, tomorrow, I think I'm done for today. Really short stream again. I've been taking like a pseudo like mental reset, I think. The last week or so since fellowship. And it's been really nice, honestly. So I'm gonna probably just raid a WoW guy, but I think tomorrow I might run it like a practice run on the dude, and then yeah, PoE tomorrow I think with the practice character, and then hopefully I learn some stuff about the game a little bit, learn the path, and I can blast on launch. So yeah. All right. I'll be back tomorrow, boys. I will see you guys later. It was fun though. I'm excited for PoE. Also, we talked a lot of Classic Plus stuff, which was a blast. GG's, guys. I will be